Mr. Loo, the VEP that is set up by Malaysia is so chaotic. It causes so many people not to want to go to JB. And as a result, this thing is going to be a total disaster and failure. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this topic, shall we? Which is pretty hot right now. It's going on. And I think most importantly, let's watch to the end to see my perspective of this whole thing. As of 1st October, the vehicular entry permit of Malaysia has kicked in, the whole process, and now there are very few Singapore cars that want to go into JB. And suddenly there's a lot of impact. Let's watch and see what has happened. So the VEP has now kicked in, and there is a significant drop in number of Singapore cars entering the JB on the first day of VEP rollout. And Johor has a very quiet day on the day that VEP kicked in. And basically, the press drove inside Malaysia with a VEP and was just smooth traffic throughout. And Johor small medium enterprises brace for losses as Singaporeans struggle with VEP. So generally, clearly there are a lot of startup hiccups here and there with the VEP. So what happened in day one? So in day one, it was reported as a 20% drop in number of cars seen on the first day. And the Home Ministry official at the customs actually said that it's too early to tell if it's because of VEP. And usually there's a jam that takes about an hour. Now it becomes less than 25 minutes. So we monitored on the 3rd of October, that's the third day, at 9 a.m. Usually traffic is fairly heavy. And guess what? Look at the Causeway, right? It's clear. It's very clear, right? It's very clear. And Woodlands flyover towards the checkpoint is clear. Look at the traffic on Google Maps is totally clear as well. And Tuas checkpoint to JB is also clear. So basically, Singaporeans are saying, okay, screw it, it's VEP, it's just too complicated. Whatever nice shopping I can get, nice food, I can get nice massage, nice whatever, can forget it, right? This VEP, I'm going to wait and not kena samanda and maybe even kena ransom or whatever, what the kind of fear that people has. So how actually will the VEP be implemented in Malaysia? They have actually changed the rules somewhat to cut more slack for Singapore drivers. So as at 1st October, Singaporean vehicles without the tag can still go in, but they will check. And if you find that you have not applied for it, you will get a paper reminder. And if you go in again, with VEP, you'll get a second paper reminder, and this will go on until a certain unknown date, unknown process. They will eventually do something. So I guess, being Singaporeans, we don't like to do something against the law. We clearly wanted to be on the right side. So most people would just, avoid this warning notice. So Johor Bahru businesses have now braced for impact, especially those further from checkpoint that require some driving. But if you're near the checkpoint, people can still go in by buses and by, but especially those that are near the checkpoint, those businesses, people go in by buses and that's still okay. Those further up one would quite have some difficulty. But interestingly, some Singapore businesses are also affected. Those firms with businesses on both sides of the causeway, especially transport company, car rental company, they face a lot of uncertainty. Those car sharing, car rentals one are very frustrated. And for example, Mr. Darren Ang, sales manager of NV Auto, says that he has started inquiring about his fleet of 50 rental cars in May and not get a response from Malaysian authority. And a lot of people are all very worried, according to him, that they will get a warning only. And what do you mean by a warning, right? So how many warnings can a person get? If I go in one every 2 days, 3 days, do I get a warning every time or simply throw a warning away? Without confirmation or clarification, we're certainly worried. This is actually reflecting the psychology of the average Singapore drivers that are going to Malaysia right now. He fears that his losses will increase in weeks and his question are left unanswered. He says 65% of his customers rent his cars for cross-border transfer. And to be frank, it is very difficult to apply for a VEP. It's very difficult, right? So I've tried to apply myself. I couldn't get it through. And the reason is that previously I registered for my VEP, I think a few years ago when they first mooted the idea. Now we applied for it. They said, oh, you've already applied, so cannot apply. So what does that mean? Will you be sending me the RFID tag or not? Right? I don't know. So we're stuck halfway, right? So this is very complicated. It is a very painful process right now, and there are some other people have other painful process. So this Mr. Koo, he's unable to complete his registration process as his car was already VEP registered by his previous owner. Same case as I am. Mr. Koo purchased his car Second, from a second dealer, not knowing that previous owner did not deregister himself with the Malaysian authority. So he tried to contact the Malaysian Road Transport Department via multiple emails, but not get a response. Same case, right? Of course, you feel frustrated, right? JPJ must have a better system to deal with issues like this. So others have issued with VEP as they applied in 2019 was expiring, but there's no option renew on the portal. This is exactly what I'm facing right now. So the Metri Bursa of Johor takes this issue very seriously. He paid a surprise visit to the VEP center in Danga Bay, and he's visibly upset at the video. He also asked in the video a person who has sent an email about the VEP registration process 3 months ago and got no reply. That's the main issue. There's no response. But what is the excuse where it took 3 months, and even if the system have crashed or not, he's not replying, he said, right? So the Johor MB suddenly was checking a lot of people. Then he realized now there's an issue. One person said waiting there for 7 a.m. Since 7 a.m. has not and has been at the center for 4 to 5 times. So, well, the great thing is that he has also met with some people outside and assured them that the government will try to sort out this matter. I hope that the Malaysian side can sort out this issue. Clearly, the administrative process has a lot of hiccups here and there. The intent is high on most Singaporeans to want to apply, but there's clearly a lot of process issue. Well, it doesn't give people comfort that there's going to be warning letters given. There's some enforcement. The Malaysian Transport Minister actually said that there are 50 Singapore drivers has been issued with warning letters for failing to register. You are still allowed to come in, but you'll get warning. How many, they won't tell, before something happened. Let's see what he says. So Malaysian Transport Minister Anthony Loo actually make a public statement today. He says that they'll try to house more VEP centers to help in JB malls to help with the registration. And cars that receive multiple warnings may still re-enter Johor at this phase of enforcement. So now it's a period where they're going to be very graceful. And only those people who did not even bother to register for VEP will be issued warning notice at the border. So I'm not too sure in my case, I will kena or not kena, because I tried to register. I cannot register because I previously registered in 2019, right? So those are registered and waiting for the RFID tag will not be issued warning. Those drivers who have received warning may re-enter Malaysia during this current period of VEP enforcement, he affirms. So for those car owners that you already applied, nothing to worry. That's what Minister Anthony Loo says. Our gadget will know whether you have applied or not. We will not issue any warning, okay? So we will not issue any reminder as well. The warning notice will only be given to car owners who have yet to do anything and have yet to apply an application. So basically, those people bo chap, right? Then the warning will be given to you. Otherwise, if you're registered, I know, our process haven't sent you yet, but you'll be okay. That's basically what he says. So as of September 30th, Malaysia has issued 112,658, 112,000 RFID tags to drivers, of which 75,000 has been activated. So the 3 VEP centers in Johor Bahru and 1 in Woodlands have been most overwhelmed by drivers' inquiry requests with a tag installation. This is grossly not enough to handle so many cars, right? For sure. And in those peak days, one day you can have, a few 100,000 cars going in. So clearly, this is a shortfall, right, of infrastructures that are ready to help implementation of a very important process. This is my view of the whole situation, okay? Whatever the hiccups will eventually sort themselves up. It will take time, it will take a lot of pain, take multiple times, nobody will like it, but eventually it will sort out, And I need to say this with no insult intended for Malaysia, that Singaporeans should not expect Singapore level of efficiency overseas, okay? Yeah, this is something I noticed about Singaporeans. When you're overseas, you tend to compare with the efficiency level of Singapore. So that's not a fair comparison for many reasons. Clearly, we are one of the most efficient countries in the world, but Singapore is a small country, very efficient, and it's easy to implement things in a small scale, right? So when you have a bigger country, things doesn't work as well. Malaysia is trying to work things out. I spend time staying in US. I spend a lot of time staying in Europe. Things are as bad, things are as bad as well. So Singaporeans don't expect Singapore level of efficiency overseas. Rarely that exists. Rarely, not don't have, rarely. So in short, please be patient. Okay, please be patient. And I hope that the Malaysian authorities will increase resources to implement this thing really well and sort this out, right? So that we all can now, travel safely and with peace of mind into Malaysia and be really happy about it. Okay. So this, just a light-hearted topic. I hope to go into Malaysia soon. I hope to get my RFID tag soon as well. Thank you, and thanks for watching. And I'll see you in a day or two. Bye bye.